Okay, so welcome to the year of the fire horse. Okay, so let's have a look at the last 5, 6 years as to what's been happening. So in 2021, it was a 5 year and it was a huge collective shift. We all know what we were doing in 2021, not knowing what was going on with the world. So it was all very new. The next year, 2022, was a universal year. It was the year of the healer. So we started all, doing some work on ourselves and coming out of the dark. 2023 was next level of expansion and consciousness in the spirit of resource in the unseen and solitude. So taking time to reflect on what had been happening. 2024 was the year of transformation, alchemy, magic, empowerment, and love. We saw massive changes to the world at large. Now that was the year of the rabbit. 2025, which we're in now, was a year of personal responsibility, healing, and growth. And I think most people have been feeling that this year. I think a lot of people have been probably thinking that 2025 has been a bit of a shit show. So again, feel free to put in the comments how you felt about 2025, and I'm pretty sure you will find others that will probably agree with your sentiments totally about 2025. There was a lot of talk about health, a lot of problems with health. And 2026 is the year of rising clarity. So we're about to experience massive shifts. Could I ask if everyone just mutes themselves, please? Thank you. All right, so 2025. Move things out of the way. 2025, the year of the wood snake, was not loud. It didn't kick doors down. It watched, it waited, and then it's moved on with precision. It became a year of strategy over depth. Sorry, strategy over speed, depth over drama, and quiet power over chaos. It was a year of shedding skins, old identities, dead relationships, outdated beliefs, cluttered homes, messy finances, tired business models. Anything misaligned didn't survive. The snake had no tolerance for self deception. But it wasn't just emotional or spiritual, the body was dragged into the conversation too. Health became the messenger. 2025, we're in a 2 year, and as I'll explain a bit later, the 2 is called the illness star. So health became the messenger. Burnout showed up in bones, stress whispered through digestion, exhaustion settled into joints and nerves. What had been ignored for years finally demanded attention. The snake exposed where people were living out of alignment, overgiving, overworking, and underlistening. You weren't able to bypass with a mindset. Your body has kept the receipts. Wood energy brought growth, innovation, and reinvention, but only if foundations were repaired first. People were asked to evolve intelligently, not impulsively, not emotionally, intelligently. It became a year for healing and recalibration, long-term planning, smart strategic moves, deep inner and physical repair, cutting cords with what drained energy, building foundations that actually held. Money often arrived in sneaky ways. Opportunities whispered before they shouted. The ones who thrived stopped reacting and started choosing. And those of you who have applied feng shui, it's become your unfair advantage. The snake rewarded preparation. When environments were aligned, nervous systems calmed, decisions sharpened, energy steadied, and life stopped feeling like constant wrestle. It was not a year to say, see how it goes. It was the year people got intentional, got strategic, and finally listened. Because the fire horse was coming in 2026, and 2025 was where the spine was built to ride it. Okay, so I clicked on the right one. Yes. So 2026, the year of the fire horse. So we have two separate New Years. We have the Lunar New Year, which is where all the dragon dances come out, which begins on the 17th of February. But when it comes to energy shifts, we start on February 4, and that is the solar New Year. So this is really slow tonight for some reason. Okay. So 2026 rides on the back of the fire horse, one of the most volatile and cataclysmic energies in the Chinese metaphysics. This is not just another year. It opens the Crimson Horse and Red Goat fate cycle, a rare 60-year rhythm historically listed to ideological upheaval, social revolutions, political exposure, and the dismantling of systems that have outlived their relevance.
I had to think about this. And the beautiful cat. Morning, cat. And Yuki. Hello, Yuki.
Who is not muted, please mute.
So we are.
Okay. The last time this cycle appeared was in 1966 and 67. The world was reshaped by cultural revolutions and radical reform. Nations changed direction. Power structures cracked. Entire generations were redirected. This time, the impact moves faster. The world is hyperconnected, emotionally charged, and instantly reactive. What once took months to unfold now travels globally in minutes. The fire of 2026 is sharp, restless, and uncompromising. Decisions are made at speed. Emotions ignite quickly. Reactions escalate. Attention spans shrink, and the hunger for instant answers grow. The global rhythm mirrors modern behavior. Swipe, skip, scroll. This tempo rewards clarity, adaptability, and presence. It punishes impulsiveness, carelessness, and emotional volatility. On a deeper level, 2026 becomes a collective awakening. People begin to question authority, systems, values, and inherited beliefs. For some, this sparks clarity, resilience, and authentic spiritual growth. For others, the same fire draws them towards extreme ideologies, charismatic figures, and seductive shortcut paths to enlightenment. Fire magnifies conviction, whether it's rooted in wisdom or illusion. This makes emotional stability and discernment the true power skills of the year. Intuition matters, but boundaries matter just as much. In 2026, what you let in shapes you as much as what you chose to walk away from.
Suzanne, sorry to interrupt, but but we're now catching up, okay, because it wasn't catching up with
I'm lagging. Oh, sorry, my internet's lagging. So
okay, no problem.
Thank you. Okay, so characteristics of the horse. Have we got any? I know we've got a couple of horses. I'm a horse. How many?
I'm a horse. Sorry, I'm late.
You're right. Let's pop in the chat if you're a horse, as this might explain a little bit about you. Okay, so the horse is the archetype of movement, freedom, and momentum. It represents speed, independence, travel, visibility, leadership, and bold action. Horse energy thrives on change and expansion, new horizons, personal sovereignty, and breaking routine. It resists confinement, micromanagement, stagnation, and being controlled. When the horse is active, people feel driven to move house, change careers, leave misaligned relationships, start something bold, and speak long suppressed truths. And I know this energy has already started coming in because I have been doing this myself in the last couple of weeks. In balance, the horse brings courage, leadership, inspiration, and growth. When they're out of balance, it shows as impulsiveness, burnout, emotional reactivity, and chaos through speed. Add fire and everything intensifies. The fire horse doesn't evolve slowly, it breaks free. So what are some global trends in a horse year? Horse years accelerate the world. They don't tiptoe, they surge. Across history, horse years tend to bring rapid change and sudden momentum, political shakeups and leadership shifts, increased protest, rebellion, and truth-telling, greater movement of people, travel, migration, and relocation, breakthroughs in transport, tech, and communication, heightened media activity and viral moments, a collective urge for freedom and autonomy. So the last time this was happening was during the Vietnam War. So obviously with that, there was a massive shift in how society acted and what they will put up, and there was a massive change. On a social level, horses amplify I'm done energy with outdated systems, public challenges to authority, movements around rights, identity, and sovereignty, a push towards independence over conformity, working together as a collective instead of shouting into the void. Emotionally, the world becomes more reactive, more outspoken, less patient, and faster to judge and respond. And you can see this energy is already happening, like it's been ramping up this past 12 months, and it is happening globally now. We just have to look at the US this very second as to what is going on. In business and innovation, startups and bold ideas emerge quickly. Risk-taking increases. New markets open. Old models collapse if they can't keep up. Horse years reward those who can move, adapt, and decide quickly. They exhaust those who cling to comfort, routine, or control. Globally, a horse year asks one more question over and over. What are you still trapped in? Something you've outgrown. And then it will open the gate. For the collective, but especially women, it will mean a return to working together instead of competing. For those in business, it means finding those with similar client pools and joining as a multi-pronged force to help them on different levels. So if you want to think back to wartime, when men were deployed somewhere and women were left at home to manage work, home, and the kids, they came together to work as a cooperative rather than try and keep it to themselves. And that's how the next 12 months, 18 months will be sort of the same for women especially. Now, horse symbolism. Across cultures and metaphysical systems, the horse is a symbol of freedom and independence, movement and momentum, power and vitality, journey and expansion, courage and leadership, and a desire for open horizons. The horse represents the soul that refuses to be caged. It symbolizes breaking away from limitations, choosing your own path, leaving what no longer fits, and the instinct to run towards possibility. This is so slow. Spiritually, the horse is the bridge between where you are and where you're meant to be. It carries the energy of transition. It doesn't wait for permission. It moves when the time is right. In times of horse energy, the collective is called to reclaim autonomy, trust inner direction, step beyond inherited boundaries, and move towards authenticity. The horse is not about comfort, it's about becoming. The guidance for 2026. This isn't a slow behind the scenes year. The fire horse and cycle 9 with the annual 1 star, which is where we're moving into, the alignment creates lift. The ladder is already there. The only question is whether you're willing to climb. So it's a visibility year. If you're wanting to be known for something, then this is your year. There's so many opportunities coming up for you, and recognition will come faster than usual. Ideas will gain traction quickly, be open to opportunity with others, and doors you'll find will suddenly open. In the fame and reputation area, this is a powerful year for personal brands and leaders. It's strong for creators, entrepreneurs, healers, and teachers. Media, tech, beauty, wellness, and transformation will surge. We've all had enough of the old. We're moving into the new. So that's why that will be in those industries. Influence spreads rapidly and authenticity becomes magnetic. With the horse being at home in the south, fame and reputation is where it's at this year. Fire magnifies everything. If you're aligned and real, visibility becomes rocket fuel. If you're performing or exaggerating, it collapses just as fast. In 2026, your reputation is your currency. Wealth and career growth. Strong financial momentum will be available. It's an ideal situation for pivots, expansion, and new ventures. Old ideas can become profitable in new forms. Upskilling is rewarded. Communication and mastery creates income. This is not passive abundance. Money flows to those who move. So you have to put the work in. The 1-star rewards intelligence and strategy. Learn, refine, and position yourself with purpose. Get really clear on your vision. If you're wanting any help with that, I have my Master Your Audacious Life workbook available, which I will send the links out with your recording. It's a very valuable process to do to get really clear on what you want your life to look like, and then the action steps to take you there. So how to work with this energy? Be visible, but stay real. Be bold, but stay grounded. Use technology wisely. Build aligned partnerships and act decisively. The fly horse doesn't reward comfort. It rewards momentum. 2026 offers the chance to rise, not through force, but through alignment. The days of trust me bro marketing are over. It's time to influence from reality, not from behind a curated scene. Right, so some preparation. Now, I've got so many wonderful people in the call tonight that have been participating in my decluttering challenge. And I tell you what, you've actually blown me away with how much you've done. I'm incredibly impressed. So you guys are well on your way to preparing for 2026. We want to create space for speed, clarity, and momentum. The horse does not move through clutter. It stumbles in it. The fire horse energy rewards flow, decisiveness, and visibility. If your environment is heavy, stagnant, or chaotic, it becomes friction. Preparation is not about perfection. It's about removing resistance. So here's how to get practically ready. We want to declutter for movement, clear walkways, entry points, and corridors. Remove anything you trip over, step around, or avoid. Let go of items that belong to who you were. Keep only what supports who you are becoming. Horse energy needs clear paths. Blocked spaces mirror blocked progress. Create yourself a command center. Tidy your desk, office, or main working area. Remove outdated paperwork, broken tech, and old notes. Set up a clean, functional space for focus and decision making. Add one item that represents where you're going, not where you've been. 2026 rewards clarity. Your workspace becomes your launch pad. Clear all visual noise. Reduce piles of excess decor, half-finished projects. Close open loops. Finish or release what's been lingering. Fire will amplify distraction. Simplicity will sharpen your direction. Refresh the entry of your home. Declutter the front door area. Ensure it opens fully and easily. Add light, cleanliness, and intention. The front door is where opportunity enters. Make it welcoming. Let go of energy drains. Release items tied to old relationships, guilt, or obligation. Donate, recycle, or discard what feels heavy. Notice what you keep just in case. Horse years reward courage. Keeping what no longer fits slows you. And prepare mentally. Choose one skill to upgrade this year. Decide what you're ready to outgrow. Set one bold intention you've been avoiding. The fire horse doesn't wait for perfect timing. It responds to readiness. Preparing for 2026 is not about controlling the year. It's about clearing the runway. When the gate opens, you don't want to be sorting boxes. You want to be ready to run. Okay, so when we come to the astrology and the horoscopes, this is one of the biggest things people download from me every year. But it's also one of the biggest freakouts. And typically, oh my God, my animal clashes this year. Does that mean I'm doomed? Short answer is no. The long answer is absolutely not. Your zodiac animal is not a life sentence. It's one ingredient in a much bigger energetic recipe. Your personal Batsa chart, your current luck pillars, your feng shui, your choices, your mindset, and your willingness to move all matter far more than a single animal in a single year. Energy is weather. You still decide whether you build a house, grab an umbrella, or dance in the rain. Even in a challenging year, people launch businesses, meet partners, heal, relocate, and thrive. And in a lucky year, people can still sabotage themselves by staying small, scared, or stuck. The year responds to how you move through it. That said, 2026 does favor certain signs and energies, and signs that tend to ride the fire horse more smoothly include the horse, the tiger, the dog, the goat, and the snake. These signs resonate well with fire, movement, leadership, and visibility. They often find momentum, recognition, and opportunity comes more easily. But here's the real truth, Brom. Your year is not what your animal says. Your year is what you make of it. The horse doesn't reward passivity. It rewards courage, movement, and alignment. So whether your animal is favored or challenged, the invitation is the same. Show up, clear what's heavy, choose momentum, work with the energy instead of fearing it. This year isn't here to decide your fate. It's here to see what you're willing to do with it. Now, I have personal experience like of this. A couple of years ago, the horse was not having a good year. I did my astrology, looked at it all, and then forgot about it. And I did everything right. I did everything I should have done, and nothing was working until I read my astrology at the end of the year, and I went, oh, okay, that's interesting. It was never going to work. But when February came along, everything took off again. So keep doing the work that you're supposed to be doing because it will improve. And of course, that's not working. I know that is working. If you want to download your horoscope guide here, there's one for business and for personal. I'll leave that up for a second. I'll also send the links for these later, but if you haven't already downloaded them, you can do so here. I typically do share them, but it takes way too long. So it's easier for you to download this yourself. All right. So people born in the year of the horse: Oprah, Paul McCartney, Clint Eastwood, Jackie Chan, Aretha Franklin, Emma Watson, Harrison Ford, Jerry Seinfeld, Nicole Kidman, and Denzel Washington. The horses always produce trailblazers, big energy, big presence, and zero interest in staying small. Many people who've reshaped culture, business, and art carry horse energy. What to expect in 2026. Okay. 2026 is a visibility year. Fire governs exposure, recognition, and branding and reputation. That's why industry is tied to fire, technology, media, beauty, entertainment, creative work, aviation, surgery, and personal branding experience explosive momentum. Success arrives quickly. Audiences respond instantly. A single idea, launch, or post can catapult someone into prominence almost overnight. But fire is ruthless. It creates peak and drop energy. What rises fast can fall faster. And that's just a reminder of you have to do things with integrity and authenticity this year. If you are doing anything, whether you're in a job, whether you're have your own business, if you're doing things from a place of ego, it will not work. It will drop you as quick as it rises you, and you might not return from it. Okay, fire doesn't tolerate illusion. Anything built on hype, shortcuts, or exaggeration burns publicly. The same energy that can elevate a brand can just as easily expose it. Reputation becomes the true asset. How you're perceived matters more than ever. So, like I just said, your public perception becomes your currency. Trust is built or destroyed at speed. Missteps are amplified and scandals spread faster than success. So each industry, like all the industries out there, every job you have will be split into a different element, and the element will determine the success of the year. Obviously, Fire, there's some elements that will do better this year than others. Like the metal industry, fire melts metal, so there will be quick burnout and struggle in metal industries. In fire, they could burn out if you're rushing too fast and not in control. Wood will be good as well this year, but I'll just go through a few of these for you. So fire is technology, branding, media, entertainment, beauty, aviation, surgery, and creative work. Will surge with innovation, bold ideas, and rapid growth. They are rewarded with attention, demand, and fame. But mid-year brings burnout risk, oversupply, and reputational landmines. This is where people become icons or cautionary tales. Wood industries, education, wellness, agriculture, herbal and life, FMCG, publishing, content creation. They may experience strong early growth, especially in education, wellness, and content and publishing, but the second half, exhaustion may set in. Competition will rise, margins will thin. The lesson here is sustainability. Build early, conserve later. Earth industries are real estate, construction, property development, hotels, insurance, logistics, and mining, and may face some instability. Property and construction swing between hot interest and slow conversion. Traditional models will struggle. Flexible, affordable, and practical options win. The era of excess softens, and people value safety and realism. So how this would possibly play out with, especially in real estate, is that by the middle of the year, things might slow down again. I don't suggest that there will be a reduction in the price of property, but you might find that the increase might slow down just a little bit. So if you're looking at different ways to build property, then that might be a way to go. Metal industries, finance and banking, law, machinery, automotive, jewelry, and cybersecurity, they will feel the most pressure. Finance, law, banking, and compliance-heavy sectors face audits, exposure, restructuring, and trust issues. This is a year where reputation can make or break institutions. Conservatism, ethics, and risk reduction are survival strategies. And water. So water puts out fire, so it creates steam. It may experience volatility. This is travel, trading, consulting, and communications. Thrive on speed, but must stay agile. Opportunities are real, but so are sudden disruptions. Those who move quickly without greed prosper. The common thread through all this is speed with consequence. 2026 rewards adaptability, innovation, authenticity, ethical leadership, clear communication. It punishes arrogance, outdated systems, overexpansion, hype without substance, ethical shortcuts. The fire horse doesn't ask if you want to be seen. It asks whether you are ready for what visibility demands. In this year, success is loud and so is collapse. Speed is an advantage, but clarity is your anchor. Okay, global movement and travel in 2026. Horse energy doesn't sit still. It pushes bodies, lives, and identities into motion. This isn't just about travel. It's about the urge to move on. I'm definitely a horse. No wonder I have no patience. How this will show up is increased travel and relocation, lifestyle-driven migration, rising remote work and location freedom, more sea changes, tree changes and resets, and a desire to live lighter and freer. We see people redesigning life itself, not just holidays, whole new ways of living. The fire will add volatility. Schedule changes and delays, weather and route disruptions, infrastructure strain in some regions, and travel becomes dynamic, not smooth. But travel won't be unsafe. It's fluid. Rigid plans will struggle, though. Flexibility becomes your superpower. Have we caught up yet? I'm really sorry. I don't know why my internet is playing up tonight of all nights.
Yeah.
Okay, a deeper meaning. Symbolically, this is not just about planes and passports, it's about inner movement. People change cities, change careers, change relationships, and change identities. Horse years don't just move bodies, they move lives. Gates open. For individuals, 2026 is ideal for relocation or lifestyle redesign, expanding your world physically or mentally, breaking out of geographical or emotional ruts, designing a life that feels freer and more aligned. The horse opens gates. You don't have to run through every one, but you will feel where you stayed too long. All right, warnings and precautions for 2026. Guard your reputation. Fire exposes what you say, post, promise, and deliver is seen. Integrity is your insurance policy. Don't let speed override wisdom. Quick decisions are rewarded. Reckless ones are punished. Pause long enough to think. Avoid overexpansion. Growth comes fast, but so does collapse. Build sustainably. Not everything that's possible is wise. Just because you can wear tights doesn't mean you should wear tights as pants. Manage emotional reactivity. Short fuses and heightened sensitivity are everywhere. Respond, don't react. Drama drains momentum. So just move fast, but don't move blind. The fire horse year is powerful, but it's not gentle. It amplifies everything, and that includes brilliance, momentum, and success, but also ego, burnout, and mistakes. Key precautions for the year of the fire horse. It doesn't punish, it reveals. It asks one question over and over: is this aligned or is it just fast? In 2026, clarity is your compass, integrity is your shield, and discernment is your superpower. So watch burnout and be selective with your alliances. So year of collaboration, but also exposure of false connections. Choose your partners carefully. Stay flexible. Travel systems and plans may change suddenly. Rigid structures struggle. Adaptability will win. Avoid shortcuts. Anything built on hype, exaggeration, or corner cutting will unravel publicly. All right, now to the juicy bit. How do we use our homes to our advantage in 2026? So every home has specific energies that will either support or hinder you. We can use feng shui principles to harmonize and balance these energies to ensure an easy year no matter what your astrology says. So we spend almost 80% of our time inside. Feng shui is powerful as it invites you to use the secret laws of the universe and attraction. You have the entire universe in your own home. It's like a microcosm of the macrocosm. Okay, in the chat, can I get an indication of how many do use feng shui, have used feng shui, or have no idea about feng shui?
No, no clue.
Who's that? Deb, was that you? So,
Yep.
well, and that you're
Yep.
a client.
I
So
mean, I have a general idea.
have a general
but
idea.
I'd like to know.
Okay, good. Okay, so I broke up with a question. So it's like, do you use feng shui? Have you tried it in the past, didn't work? Do you know absolutely nothing about feng shui?
I've never tried to implement anything.
Okay, great. Jane, you superstar you are. A bit. Monica, you do more than a bit. You've got your house done. What are you talking about, lady? Anyway, all right, let's get on to this. So when we talk about feng shui, your house is broken up to 9 areas. Each area has a number annually, and then it has its sitting and facing numbers. So it has a combination of 3 numbers. These numbers tell me a story as to what is going on in your life. And that is what is the basis of this tonight. I will give you some insight into the energies for the different areas of your home and what could come up for you in 2026. Okay, so as I said, there's 9 numbers. We have untimely numbers or more negative numbers. And when we have timely stars, which are the positive stars. So thankfully, we've got 4 negative and 5. Actually, we've got 5 positive, 3 negative, and 1 enhancer. So the untimely stars, the 3, it tends to cause miscommunication and conflicts in both personal and professional spheres, potentially resulting in legal disputes. The 5 star, which is known as disaster star, it maintains its status as the most inauspicious and destructive star, requiring the applications of effective remedies to mitigate its negative impacts. Star 7 retains its unlucky nature. It brings potential financial difficulties, robbery, theft, disasters, and gossip. Now, when we say this doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? It just means there's energies there that it could happen. Or if something did happen, we looked at the energies in home and go, oh, there it is there. That's where it's come from. So it doesn't mean that death and destruction is going to come to your life. Definitely doesn't mean that. It just means there's potential, maybe 50 years from now, it could happen. The 9, which is what we're in now, the cycle 9, it emerges as the predominant wealth and luck star in period 9, ushering in opportunities, health, prosperity, and good fortune into one's life. But if it's with one of the untimely stars, it will enhance that a little more. So we've got to do a little extra work. The timely stars, star 1 is positioned as the future wealth and luck star. So in 2045, that will become the luck star. It directly influences financial well-being over the next 2 decades. Strengthening, it promotes overall good fortune and opens avenues for career advancement. Star 2 undergoes significant energy shift, fostering positive traits. This star supports land and property related benefits, contributing to substantial financial successes. It can also affect health. So we're just leaving a 2-year, which is why there was so much health concern in 2025 of all sorts. Star 4, while associated with potential health issues and relationship challenges, it can also be a boon for artistic and creative individuals, leading to significant success. Star 6 remains never fully untimely due to calculations. And the 8 is the wealth star of period 8. It experiences a gradual decline, but still offers some benefits, albeit not to their full extent. So this is where the stars will fall in 2026. The 1, which is your health and well-being area, the 1 it's a positive number. So we're looking good for 2026 for health and well-being. The 2 is moving into helpful people and travel in your northwest. There could be some issues with older gentlemen in your home. So keep an eye on their health for 2026. The west is the number 3. So across here is the negative, unfortunately. Then we've got 4 over in the northeast. We've got the 5 in the south. Now, if you're a horse, the horse sits in the south. That's where it's addressed to and where it lives. So whilst it's going to be a good year for horses, with the 5 in that area, the disaster star, and also the Grand Duke, the Taisu, which everyone for some reason thinks is negative. He's just revered, so we keep that area really quiet. So the biggest tip for you for 2026 is find the south area of your home, keep it quiet. We don't want to disturb the energies at all if we can in the south. But then when you go to the north, we've got what we call the 3 killings. It sounds worse than what it is. It's just basically the opposite, the Taisu. The rat sits here in the north. So if you are a rat, we got any rats on the call? It's not going to be a great year for you because you're the opposite to the horse. So every rat year, horses won't have a good year. It's just the opposite. So it might not be a good year for your husband, Nicole. That's okay, and just don't slam it shut. It won't be bad, Annette. It'll be fine. You're protected. And then we have the Southwest as visual love and relationships. It's not great. So there could be concerns for the woman of the house as well in 2026. The East for family is pretty good, and so is your prosperity and abundance. Now, you can see everything I've spoken about in the last 45 minutes, how it all falls into place, whether it's a positive or negative. That's why. So this is just a bit of an example of a compass and where these more negative areas will be, the directions. Don't worry too much about it. I mean, unless you're playing drums in the South, you're going to be okay. So in 2026, it's crucial to avoid certain activities that disrupt the flow of energy in specific sectors of your home or garden. So engaging in activities like digging, cutting, renovations, gardening, or moving heavy furniture such as the bed, stove, or other large pieces in these affected areas may lead to challenges such as misfortune, health problems, financial difficulties, and accidents. If your bedroom is located in one of these sectors, if you can relocate, then especially if you're not remedying, if you're not using feng shui, you might find it a bit difficult this year, and avoid using this space altogether. I know this is not always practical, but just so you're aware. For example, my bedroom is in the north. I have a combination in there that is not good for health, and add that with the annual 2 this year. It's not obviously not been good for my health this year. So just be aware. It can affect. It's not going to be death and destruction, but you could struggle with it. All right, let's go into some of the actual real full energies of the area. So the center, which is a lucky white star. 2026 places the number 1 lucky white star in the center, the heart of the home and the energetic core of your life. This creates a year of momentum, clarity, and awakening. The water energy of wisdom meets the fire of period 9, producing steam, forward motion, manifestation, and visible progress. This is a year where ideas finally move, where efforts begin to show results, and where personal evolution becomes tangible. The center influences everyone, so this energy touches health, wealth, relationships, and direction for the whole household. All right, so positive opportunities, breakthroughs in learning, study, and self-improvement, career advancement and recognition, clearer communication, stronger influence, travel, movement, and expansion, renewal of family harmony and shared goals, and ideas turning into real-world success. This is a year where wisdom meets action. When you focus and move with intent, doors will open. Some challenges, though, of feeling mentally overstimulated, emotionally scattered, stress affecting digestion, sleep, or overall well-being, overactivity in the home leading to tension, burnout from pushing too hard or moving too fast, lack of clarity if the center becomes cluttered or chaotic. The power of this year lies in calm and momentum. Too much noise, rush, or emotional volatility weaken the benefits. And here's some feng shui advice. So treat the center of your home like a sacred launch pad. Keep it open, light, and clutter-free. Avoid heavy furniture or storage here. Use light and gentle movement. Soft light, not bright light. Let it be a shared space for connection and conversation. When the center breathes, the whole home moves forward. So adding to that, not storing things like alcohol, medication in the center where possible will also assist. All right, Northwest is your illness black star. In 2026, this illness star settles in the Northwest, the sector that governs leadership, mentors, support, and travel, and the patriarch energy of the home. This creates a heavier, slower current here. It can feel like mental load, physical fatigue, or emotional pressure, especially for those who naturally carry responsibility for others. Progress in this area is not fast or flashy. It is quiet, deliberate, and built through consistency rather than force. This star reminds us that not all growth is loud. Sometimes the lesson is to slow down, conserve energy, and rebuild from the inside out. So passive opportunity, positive opportunities are steady gains through property, land, or long-term investments, quiet accumulation through patience and perseverance, strengthening routines, systems, and foundations, maturing leadership through wisdom rather than pressure, deepening intuition and inner guidance. Handled well, this star rewards those who work with time instead of racing it. The challenges are fatigue, stress, and feeling mentally burdened. Pressure on the household leader or decision maker. That might be you. Respiratory sensitivity, sleep disruption, or low vitality. Slow progress that feels frustrating in a fast year. And aggravation through noise, heat, or constant activity. This area does not respond well to urgency. Pushing harder here leads to depletion rather than success. My office is in the northwest too, Kylie. Once it's remedied though, you'll be fine. Quick feng shui tip, turn the northwest into a sanctuary of stillness. Keep this area dim, quiet, and undisturbed. Avoid using it as a main bedroom or workspace if possible. Place a saltwater cure to absorb stagnant chi. Use metallic tones, heavier furniture, or a still water feature. Now, these advices, if you've got a report from me, then your report will trump this. Reduce heat, noise, and movement in the sector. In 2026, the Northwest teaches a powerful lesson. Rest is not weakness, it's a strategy. Now, the West Argument Jade Star is in the West. In 2026, the 3 Argument Star activates the West, the sector of youth, creativity, communication, and self-expression. This brings sharp, lively, outspoken energy into the home. Words carry more weight here. Emotions rise faster. Small misunderstandings can snowball into drama if left unchecked, especially among children, teenagers, and young adults. This is a year where voices get louder, opinions stronger, and reactions quicker. The energy is vibrant but volatile. It wants expression. If suppressed, it turns into tension. If guided, it becomes confidence. Positive areas, charisma and persuasive power increase, strong advantage for sales, media, law, sport, and public speaking. Boosting competitive drive and ambition. Greater confidence in young people. Creative projects gain momentum. When channeled well, the star creates bold communicators and courageous leaders. Challenges, though, are arguments, bickering, and emotional flare-ups. Teen tension and parent-child misunderstandings. Impulsive speech leads to regret. Stress-related issues around the mouth, throat, or skin. And restlessness and disrupted sleep. This star doesn't cause conflict, it amplifies what's already simmering. And that is what feng shui will do when you put your remedies in and you think you've done everything right and things start going wrong. It's amplifying what you need to fix. So we always listen to what's going on because there is a reason for why it's happening. And that should be a 3. The quick feng shui tip is turn heat into harmony. Keep the west calm, tidy, and softly lit. Avoid water features, blue tones, or loud activity here. Encourage children to release energy through sport, music, or performance. Avoid arguments in this space. Use this area for communication work rather than emotional conversations. The 3-star gives a voice to the young and ambitious. Guide it, don't silence it. The 4 is the Northeast, which is the romance and academic star. In 2026, the 4 and romance and academic star settles into the Northeast, a palace that naturally amplifies wisdom, clarity, and self-cultivation. This is one of the most supportive placements of the year. It brings a gentle but powerful current of learning, inspiration, growth, and emotional growth and spiritual maturity. The Northeast becomes a sanctuary for the mind and heart, encouraging reflection, study, creativity, and meaningful connection. This is the energy of becoming. You don't just learn more, you grow wiser. So, for example, if you're single this year, you will learn from relationships. You will learn from, if you're dating, you will learn from interactions with other people, what is working for you and what is not. So it is a really, really good, it's a peach blossom year for the Northeast, and you will probably find that there'll be a lot more relationships coming out in 2026. Positive opportunities are strong academic success for students and young adults. Breakthroughs in learning, writing, teaching, and research. Heightened creativity for artists, authors, and visionaries. New romantic connections and deeper emotional bonds. Increased intuition, self-awareness, and spiritual growth. This is a beautiful year for study, personal development, and love that feels meaningful rather than fleeting. The challenges, though, are emotional sensitivity in relationships, romantic idealism leading to distraction or over-attachment, overexcitement that scatters focus, arguments becoming emotionally charged, difficulty staying grounded if feelings run high. The magic of this star lies in balance. Too much heart without grounding becomes a distraction. Too much study without rest becomes strain. And the feng shui tip is turn the northeast into your wisdom zone. Use this area for study, reading, or creative work. Keep it bright, calm, and inspiring. Add books, journals, art, or spiritual objects. Avoid water features or emotional clutter here. Keep arguments and heavy conversations out of this space. The 4-star teaches powerful lesson in 2026. Learning becomes love, and love becomes a path of growth. Okay, so the South, misfortune, yellow star, it's always hanging around. In 2026, the misfortune star lands in the South, the very sector that governs fame, recognition, reputation, and social standing. This creates a volatile pressure point in home and in life. The South already carries a strong fire in a 5-horse year, and the arrival of the 5 yellow alongside the Grand Duke concentrates unstable, reactive energy. Think of it as dry grass meeting a spark. This is it's not subtle energy. It's the kind that turns small disruptions into big consequences if stirred. Left alone, it can be managed. Activated, it becomes chaotic. So what does that mean? Well, it means for certain people, fame will be arriving. However, it could leave just as quickly. So ensure that you're approaching this with your full heart, not ego, and not giving empty promises. If you do, it may well be your downfall, and very quickly. As this is also the home of the horse, it means that all the horses out there should have a decent year. However, be prepared for a random spanner in the works. Tread carefully and pull on the red goat for your guidance. So the 5 is rarely described as lucky, but there is a hidden gift here. Restraint builds power. You'll learn how to pause instead of push, strengthening patience and emotional discipline, which is really difficult for a horse. Developing humility and inner authority, protecting reputation by choosing silence over spectacle, gaining wisdom through stillness. Handled well, the star teaches mastery over impulse, ego, and reaction. It can become a year of quiet resilience rather than public drama. And the challenges that might present, the sudden setbacks or misfortune if this area is disturbed, accidents, stress-related health issues or exhaustion, heart, blood pressure, or inflammation concerns, reputation challenges, misunderstandings or public criticism, burnout from pushing too hard in a high visibility year. This star distorts recognition. What is meant to shine can be misread. What is said what's said in haste can echo far beyond intention. It doesn't matter, Michelle, your home is remedied. You won't feel it. And you won't feel it. Okay. So because this advice is basically if you're not remedying, you don't know the actual energy of your home. So treat the South like a sleeping dragon. Avoid renovations and loud activity or major use here. If possible, don't sleep or cook in this sector. Keep it dim, quiet, and cool. Use metal to stabilize. Avoid reds, bright lighting, and excessive heat. Keep a low profile socially and professionally. In the South, the 5 in the South is a lesson in restraint. In 2026, unlike sourdough starter, for those, if you know, you know, not every fire needs to be fed. Now the North, the Mentor and Windfall star, number 6. In 2026, the 6th Mentor and Windfall star arrives in the North, the sector of career, income, and life path. This is the powerful placement for leadership, authority, and advancement. It brings the energy of calm command, attracting mentors, influential allies, and unexpected opportunities. This is where promotion, luck, recognition, and long-term strategy are supported. However, this star shares space with the 3 killings and the year breaker, making the energy strong but sensitive. Used wisely, it brings steady success and respect. Used aggressively, it can attract politics, pressure, or unwanted attention. This is leadership energy that must be worn with grace. Positive opportunities are career advancement and promotions, support from mentors, patrons, and decision makers, leadership recognition and authority growth, hidden financial opportunities and windfalls, strategic clarity for long-term goals, strong businesses, and life direction momentum. This is a year to step into influence quietly and confidently. Challenges that may present are workplace politics or gossip, mental strain, headaches, or fatigue from pressure, overambition leading to conflict, impulsive financial decisions, and feeling burdened by responsibility. The danger here is not failure, it's overreach. Power grows best when it's steady but not forced. And the feng shui tip is turn your north into a command center. Use this area for work, study, or planning. Keep it tidy, professional, and uncluttered. Avoid red or fiery tones. Limit noise and emotional drama here. Stay diplomatic, avoid gossip and power struggles. The 6-star teaches that real authority is calm. In 2026, lead without pushing. We got the 7. So this is the robbery and gossip star. No, you're not all going to be broken into. It's just the name of it. In 2026, the 7 robbery and gossip star activates the Southwest, the sector of relationships, love, and the matriarch. This is the sharp, restless energy that thrives on rivalry, comparison, and emotional reaction. It heightens jealousy, competition, and impulsive speech, making misunderstandings easier to trigger and harder to undo. Under period 9, the star is reinforced by strong metal energy, making it persuasive, magnetic, and bold, but also volatile. It's the kind of energy that sparkles on the surface and cuts underneath. It doesn't whisper, it provokes. Women, particularly mothers, leaders, and those in authority, may feel more exposed to criticism, pressure, or emotional strain under this influence. Okay. Positive opportunities, increased confidence and personal magnetism, persuasive communication when handled diplomatically, heightened awareness around boundaries and self-worth, opportunity to strengthen emotional maturity, refinement of relationships through honesty and clarity. When mastered, this star teaches emotional sovereignty. It sharpens discernment and strengthens inner authority. The challenge that may present is gossip, rivalry, betrayal, jealousy in relationships, emotional manipulation, or online drama, increased risk of theft, scams, or financial loss. And that could be in person or online even. Cuts, accidents, or metal-related injuries. So just be careful with knives as well. Pressure on women and matriarchal figures. This star thrives on reaction. The more emotionally charged the environment, the more power it gains. Okay. Feng Shui tip, soften the blade. Maintain strong home and personal security. Avoid arguments and heated conversations in the Southwest. Avoid sharp decor, metallic tones, or aggressive styling. Be cautious online. Don't overshare, lead impulsively, or rush decisions. Choose diplomacy over confrontation. The 7-star is a glittering blade. Handled with grace, it empowers. Handled with ego, it wounds. And the 8, the wealth star. In 2026, the 8 wealth star activates the east, bringing one of the most auspicious currents of the year. This is the energy of steady prosperity, growth, and legacy. It supports income, career advancement, family harmony, and long-term security. Rather than fast, flashy wins, this star builds enduring success. It's the kind of wealth that grows roots. The East becomes a place of momentum for both business and family. It carries the promise of generational stability, where you build what you build now has the power to outlast the year itself. We've got positive opportunities, increased income and career advancement, strong support for business growth and stability, favorable energy for property assets investments, family harmony and shared success, confidence and popularity for younger family members, potential inheritance or passing of assets. This is wealth with purpose. It rewards consistency, planning, and integrity. Challenges that may present: overindulgence or complacency, careless spending during periods of success, rivalry or competition within businesses or family, and losing focus when things feel easy. Prosperity flows smoothly here, but still requires stewardship. Success without discipline becomes waste. And the feng shui tip is activate wealth with intention. Keep the east clean, bright, and gently active. Add a small yang water feature to stimulate income flow. Use crystals or natural stones to ground prosperity. Hold family meetings or planning sessions here. Avoid clutter or chaotic movement. Save and reinvest rather than overspend. The 8-star teaches that true wealth is not just earned, it's nurtured. And what did I just do there? What have I done? This should be the southeast. In 2026, the multiplying purple star lights up in the southeast, the palace of wealth, assets, and long-term abundance. This is the one most powerful and joyful placements of the year. The 9 is the current wealth star of period 9, and here it sits on the base 8, creating a rare pairing of present wealth and future prosperity. This sector becomes a beacon of growth, celebration, and expansion. Whatever is activated here has the power to multiply. Wise actions taken in this area now can echo for years to come, building not just income but legacy. Positive opportunities, a powerful wealth and investment growth, strong luck for property, business, and assets, promotions, recognition, and positive exposure, successful overseas ventures or expansions, fertility, marriage, and family milestones, generational prosperity and inheritance. This is a year to build, expand, and be seen. The energy supports success that compounds over time. Challenges that may present are emotional intensity within family or partnerships, generational disagreements if opinions clash, overexcitement leading to a rushed decision, ego or visibility causing friction. The 9-star multiplies everything. Joy grows, so can tension if not handled with humility and respect. And the feng shui tip is turn the southeast into your prosperity stage. Use this area actively for gatherings, work, or networking. Keep it bright, open, and free of clutter. Add yin or yang water to circulate wealth energy, and that means either still or moving water. Use warm tones or subtle gold accents. Encourage cooperation in this space. The 9-star reminds us when joy meets wisdom, prosperity becomes legacy. All right, so just a quick recap. I'll let you read those and I'll tell you about this. The 2026 Flying Star pattern is a study in contrast. At the heart of the home, the 1-star brings clarity, wisdom, communication, and upward momentum for everyone. It sets the tone for the year. Learn, refine, move forward. Around it, the map splits between powerful growth zones and areas that demand restraint. The east, the 8-star, and the southeast, the 9-star, form a familial wealth axis, supporting steady prosperity, asset building, expansion, and legacy. The north, the 6-star, strengthens leadership, career direction, and mental luck, favoring those who lead with calm authority. The northeast nurtures study, creativity, romance, and spiritual growth, making it a sanctuary for learning and connection. Together, these stars create a year where progress is not only possible, it is primed. Yet, fire horse speeds imposes imbalance just as quickly. The West 3 stirs sharp words, restlessness, and emotional flare-ups, especially among younger family members. The Southwest heightens gossip, rivalry, and betrayal themes, requiring diplomacy and strong boundaries, particularly for women. The Northwest slows energy, asking for rest, routine, and patience to protect health and leadership stability. Most critically, the south becomes the danger zone, amplifying misfortune, accidents, and reputational risks if disturbed. The message of 2026 is clear. Activate the stars that build, protect the stars that test, and move with intention. When the home is aligned, fire becomes momentum rather than chaos. And the year reveals itself as a powerful bridge between who you were, and who you are becoming. So what's next? How do you have the best year possible? Well, feng shui, of course. Balancing your home is the best way to ensure that 2026 is good for you. For those who don't know me, I've been doing this for over 10 years now. I have lived in every type of house that there is. I have lived in multiple different configurations of home with the energies, and each time they never lie. And each time that I have moved into somewhere and I haven't remedied straight away, I have felt the effects of it. The last house I moved into, or the house I moved into with my now ex-husband, that was not remedied for about a week after, he got physical with me the first time as soon as you walked through the door, within 24 hours. I managed to balance it, and it didn't get any better, but didn't get any worse. But it helped me get out of that relationship. So this stuff activates, it works very quickly, and it has a dramatic effect on your life. Thanks, Michelle. Can confirm the magic is real. So as a thank you for being on this call, I would like to offer you a discount of 10% off your feng shui report. So what do you get with that? You get a bespoke feng shui report, you get a one-on-one call with me, and then you get full 12-month community access. And in that, we do a call every month on a topic. You have that group there to be able to ask all questions, post photos, and get the support you need for that full 12 months. So it's a supportive group. Everyone's very active. Everyone's always asking questions, and everyone that's doing the work is having crazy success. If any of my clients on this call would like to unmute yourself and say what your experience has been, then you are more than welcome to.
I'm happy to chat. I'll put my video on. Can I chat? Can I say something, Suzanne? Hi, Suzanne. Nice to see you. Yeah, listen, I actually been a client of Suzanne for how many years now?
This is your 5th year.
This is my 5th year. So the first few years, I sort of did it with a grain of salt. I sort of did it here and there. And I've been reading Feng Shui for years. Like, I know that it works. I know that it does work once you implement it. Well, last year I decided to listen to Suzanne finally, and I implemented every remedy there was. And I can't tell you enough what happened last year. Like, things just, I got the one. I think it all started with the biggest tax return I ever had in my whole sort of working life. I posted a sort of an event that I wanted to be invited to. I actually got a job for it. Like, I'm actually, my job is actually working with that event now as a sponsor. My husband got a new job. He earned probably way more than what he was earning then. Great contractual rates. Just things, little miracles were just happening that I think I kept on posting them on our Facebook page saying, oh my God, this has just happened. Oh my God, this has just happened. And things just happened. What I found was things just happened with ease, with a lot easier. It wasn't a struggle. And then there was just little miracles here and there. I call them miracles because I wasn't expecting the tax return. And my husband got a tax return for the first time in years. In absolute years. He was always paying. And he also got a tax return. So things just happened. And then there was just, what other things happened were bonuses, I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, but everything, like even health and my husband has just changed his health dramatically and lost so much weight, but going for the better. So he's made a lot of changes, and I've also made a lot of changes, but just everything in the household just felt different and everything just felt with ease. But this is once I implemented all the remedies.
Yep.
And it's easy to the fact that my husband loved it. I like in the end, he's like, the sitting water, like in the sitting, I had to put how many liters of water? I think seven something.
700 liters, something.
Yeah, so many liters of water. So I managed to find 3 blue tubs on Facebook Marketplace. They're at the back. Got the 3 water pumps from Kmart. My husband is always out there checking to see if they're working. And then the metals that to be placed in the corners of the house, he spray painted them gold, and the moment he saw those weights in gold, he goes, "Oh my God, I feel so rich." So just things, little things, and then it became an enjoyment. Like I've got to get more weights for this run for just for a few sections, like I think another 10 kilos or something. I'm already on Facebook looking marketplace. I'm ready to buy a few, and my husband's going to go out there and paint them. So my husband actually saw the benefits as well. Not that we're relying on feng shui, it's just made things easier.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thanks, Dan. Thank you for
No worries.
you've been with me so long now, and I'm just amazed, and I'm grateful for all the changes that have happened for you. So it's amazing. Does anyone else that's a client want to say?
I can't thank you more than enough, Suzanne.
Anybody else?
Yes, I can. There we go. You can actually see me now. So a couple of years ago, I implemented, I've been working with Suzanne for forever as well, and I move a lot. So we've had lots and lots of iterations of floor plans and so forth. But a couple of years ago, I wanted to buy a house, and it was proving to be difficult as a single woman of a certain age, and put the feng shui in and did manage to buy that house. And then in September this year, I actually sold that house. We used feng shui to get it ready to go, and it sold for nearly double what I'd paid for it 2 years ago. So yes, for me, feng shui definitely works. I've got a fairly sort of ongoing chronic health condition. Having the feng shui in makes a significant difference to that. I've tried not following the remedies for the health stuff, and very quickly discovered that I got very sick and very sore. So I found that yes, following all of that makes a huge difference. And I've just moved house again and started putting it in, and yesterday I had an amazing job opportunity or contracting consulting opportunity popped up. So I am a convinced fan of feng shui. Still don't profess to understand the numbers because I'm not a numbers person, but the visual of it is fabulous.
Thanks, Helen. Anybody else?
Hi, my name's Jamie. So I've been a client of Suzanne's. This will be my 3rd year. Last year I properly implemented all the remedies. I felt that while for some people 2025 may not have been an easy year, I found that it was a year where I shed relationships, friendships that no longer served me, and I started looking after myself, and I have to say I've never felt better. My house is just it's just such a more comfortable place to be in now. Not that there was anything really wrong with my place beforehand, but it was just, I don't know, this unspoken energy. There were certain rooms in the house where people didn't want to gather, and I couldn't really put my finger on it. It was a new house. We built it. It was our own design. But then when I implemented the remedies, the energy just shifted. And it works.
That's all you can say, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it just works.
Right.
We don't know. It just works. It just works every single time. We try and prove it wrong, and it just works. Yeah.
That's right.
It's awesome. Thanks, Jamie. Appreciate that. So
You're welcome.
If there's anyone else, and I know I've got like 8,000 of you on here, and like 4,000 of your clients. If anyone else wants to say anything.
I just want to say it works. It just works. I remember really early on only implementing a few things, and we used to fight all the time, my husband and I. And Suzanne said, put your knives away, put them off the bench and put them away instantly. The shift in that, just purely in that, was just amazing and so quick. And so quickly after that, I was like, okay, let's get all the rest of the things in. So yeah, what are we going into 5th year, I think? So it truly works.
Yeah. I can't imagine you and your husband fighting. You're too cute together. All right, so I will. Okay, so here is a link. I will also put this in an email to send to you. Just use the code HORSE when you check out for a 10% discount only till the 31st, because after that we're going into horse territory. So for those that you don't know and might be really confused after this call, have we got any questions? I'm here to answer them. Or if you do know and you've got questions, you can also ask. Any questions?
Suzanne, I've got a question. Sure. I'm just looking at my report, and it says that I've got to add 755 litres of water to the sitting position.
Yep.
What is the sitting position? Where is it?
It's marked on your floor plan.
It is too. So that's good. So my swimming pool's fine. I don't have to move my swimming pool.
No.
Thank you.
I've made a note of that on there. That's all good.
But my other question, it says, because my swimming pool sits roughly in the southeast direction, but it says water not to be placed in south direction.
South. Just south, the actual south.
Just south. Yeah. Okay, no worries.
Southeast fine, just not south.
Okay.
If it was in the south, we just deal with it. But if you were to put something in, I'd tell you not to put it in the south.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What if the air conditioner is
That's fine.
The water coming out of the south? That's fine. All right.
It's inconsequential.
Cool. I know, but yeah, awesome. Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions? And you're welcome to put in the chat if you'd rather put in the chat. What is Michelle?
Can I ask a question?
Of course you can, Lee.
I've read the paperwork you sent me.
Yeah.
What day do I put the remedies in place?
Okay, so I will be discussing that on Wednesday night in our client call.
Okay.
But it's around from the 1st is when I would say, yeah, you can start putting in things now because it's brand new.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Oh, good.
All right.
Because I've been shopping and looking at all sorts of things, and I'm just getting so excited. I just think, oh, I just want to do it now. And I'm thinking, oh,
Yeah,
have I
yeah.
got to
You
wait
can
before?
you can start putting things in now because it's brand new.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
That's okay.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
I know you're excited.
Yes, thank you.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Sorry, Suzanne. It's myself. Everything else is pretty much good, and I'm ready to almost go. Just got to get another few kilos of weight. Myself, there's no fire in that area,
Yep.
no red. However, I've got my coffee machine that's red, and I have my, the whipper and the mixer, what's it
Yep.
called? And
Yes.
that's red.
Just cover it with a
Yeah,
tea towel.
just cover it with a tea towel. Yeah. After, yeah, I'll try to work with my husband on that one. How do I do that?
Yeah, but there'll be a simple solution.
Yeah, okay. All right, we'll work on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. Okay, so Jane Zolo, how about if my house is missing a south? Well, it's possibly not a bad thing because you can't slam doors or make any noise. It depends on the floor plan. Are you still living in that apartment? You're in Singapore from memory. Yeah, so I'd have to pull up the floor plan you sent me and have a look. But there are ways around it. I think you definitely would have a south in some regard. I can't remember how I marked up your floor plan or what I was looking at, but yeah, we can always we use mirrors for some properties to create that space, but it's all dependent on the different floor plans. So everyone's different. Don't worry, Loredana, it's fine. You've got to live in the house. You're not using the washing machine all the time. It'll be fine. Lisa, I really want to make effort to put your remedies in this year. Struggle with having two-story. It's not that large. The bedroom has 6 glass. Yeah, it can be tricky, but we can talk about that in the client group, and we will give you help. I'd like a follow. Okay, well, we can talk about that, Jen. No problem. We got any other questions? All right, well, what I will do is I will get this uploaded and get it over to you so you can have another rewatch and send you the links for everything as well. If you aren't an existing client with me, then please, you are welcome also to book a call and have a chat about what it looks like. I will send you the links there for that discount with the code if you would be interested in joining us for 2026. We have an amazing community and of all women who are going through everything that you're going through. So it's incredibly supportive and we have fun over there. Okay. You have to sit and you jump from house to house. Is advice on something small I can implement as I change from house to house? No, not really. I mean, you could become a practitioner and then you would know what you need to put in each house and take your remedies with you. No, it is a bit hard if you're not staying somewhere long term. You can do things intentionally, but it doesn't always work. No problem, Alex. I'm here to answer any questions. All right, well, thank you so much, everyone. Can you put a note over in the group, please, Karen, so I don't forget? Thank you for being here this evening. I appreciate it. I hope you found it informative. I tried to keep the information less than what I do every other year because it can drag on, and I get excited about it. But yeah, thank you for being here. please get in touch if you have any further questions, and here's to an amazing 2026. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Suzanne.
Thank you.